Imagine a year 10 that only comes to school Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. They don't fancy Mondays or Fridays. In a really tough Birmingham school. Imagine a year 8 that come to school but can never learn anything because they fight daily. There are feuds going on the whole time and they haven't been known to get through a lesson yet without some enormous battle. There's a variety of cultures, a variety of backgrounds, but it's tough. And along comes the teacher and says, could you take both these classes together on some kind of project that might help one class get on and the other class come to school? And could you have them for the week? Well, you can only have them for the week if year 10 comes on Monday morning. Now, obviously I had free rein because people were a bit desperate. I chose for the year 10s to look at the dangerous job of policemen, the first peelers in the hard iron hats and the iron nightsticks, because I thought they'll have to collaborate. If we can at all manage, we can collaborate. And I can possibly be a sergeant with luck. Year 10 had mentioned, or some of them had mentioned, what's all this about? Cloning. So they'd asked 1 or 2 questions about birth control, cloning, and were it right, and should it be done, and this, that, and the other. So I got on to the notion of the Hippocratic Oath. What do doctors sign? So, of course, having got the Hippocratic Oath and peelers, I could use Dr. Knox, obviously, and the Stews of Edinburgh. Now, there was one superb moment when I could not have done it myself. Only the head of the history teacher could have done this. I said to him, can you come in to Knox's hospital and will you lecture on why Edinburgh is full of vagrants and why there are so many people dying of want and nobody knows who they belong to. Now, I asked him to wear his gown. They don't normally wear gowns in that school. And so he came in his gown. So the students were introduced as my medical 3rd year group, who will soon be doctors in this wonderful land of Scotland. And this visiting professor is studying Edinburgh and the great changes since the land reform. And he began with this wonderful statement. I hand it to him. It's called Teaching in Role, of course, and it's simple. He said, gentlemen, because there are no female doctors there. Well, there might have been in Napoleonic Wars, but if so, we don't know if there were. Gentlemen, we are living in dangerous times. And I mean that, he would never teach like that. It would never dawn on him. He couldn't believe he'd said it. Because it's what Capra's saying. The element of the emotional context. And content, of course. And of course he just went on to explain, as if he was studying Edinburgh, that was his contract, all those facts that I wouldn't have known in the kind of detail that he had. And when you think Burke and Hare, I think they killed 18 vagrants, most of whom were not vagrants. That poor woman who came to sell lavender, and she'd walked in 14 mile with a bit of lavender, and Burke and Hare spotted her. Nobody'll know where she disappears to, and so on